All right. We've got round 2, and we've got the whole squadron, and they're together. I fully expect to die here, because what I want them to do is I want them to stay together. Because if they don't stay together, then it's going to be bad news bears. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to switch this up a little bit. We're going to bring them down to the planet. And we're going to go down to the Dunlau Ridge Aid Shelter, and we're going to see how well they do in atmosphere. Let's switch it up. Let's see how well they do in atmosphere. Let's see. Let's bring it down to the deck. And we'll put those flight skills to the test. The thing about atmosphere is you got to use your profile a lot smoother. You got to be very, very careful with your profile. So do you recommend for the first time stick buyer, do you want junk? No. I think personally that if you're going to buy sticks, don't waste your time. Get the good stuff. Oh, here we come. Look at them all. Look at them all go. That's pretty cool, eh? Seeing them all come in. At like Angels 5 or something. I don't exactly know. Okay, so let's see which target we're going to get here. Oh, got an engager. Woo! Here we go. Follow me, baby. Follow me. So I want to string them out. And drop our speed here. And let's turn around and see who we got. So flare that off. So we're actually going to pick... I'm going to pick the guy in the back here. And I'm going to pre-nose on him. And I'm going to try and get into position.
Check fire.
Woo! Not good. They're too tight. Okay, they figured out that staying together works really well. Yikes! Alright, so let's bring him around that area there. See if we can't spice this up a little bit and bring him around these mountains. Use the terrain to our benefit here. Alright. Alright, let's dip under here. Alright, so it took a lot of damage in that furball, though. That's the problem. So what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Still got him tracking. Used a lot of ballistics as well. Okay. Yeah, let's use these as cover. Alright, let's play. Let's play.
Check fire. Shields hit.
There's another one down. Use that as cover. Chase him through the canyons. Come on, baby, follow me. Now this is pod racing. There's a train. Yikes.
Check fire.
Use that pitch to pull around. I want to keep pressure on him as I come in. There we go. I got 2 guys left here. Don't want to take that guy yet.
Check fire.
Oh boy, shields are almost down. Gotta keep running. Oh, fuck, I got 2 more on me. Alright, so shields back up, back to engines, reset the fight. Kind of keep pulling them around. Use that. I'm going to use that mountain over there as another sling spot. So I'm going to cut around this way, bring it back to the deck, and bring it around that guy. Unless he's a little closer than I think he might have been. But now, there we go. All right.
Check fire. Ballistics low.
So I got to use the last of my ballistics on this guy.
Ballistics dry.
Come on! There we go. Looking good. Now I got to bounce. Come on. Get the shields up. Now it's just a 1v1 now, so I can actually increase my altitude a little bit. So it's a little less drag on my ship.
Check fire.
He's got cannons, so that's going to be ineffective, so I can just kind of take my time with him. Do a little lazy corkscrew. S-turn here. Reverse the corkscrew. Keep the pressure on him. Just use those 2 size 3s. Oh!
Shields hit.
Oh! Didn't expect those ballistics to open up. Woo! If you opened up those a little sooner. Holy fuck, boys! We did it! Alright, welcome back. Welcome back to today's video, which is on, I believe it's 7 versus 1 Atmospheric Target Management Masterclass. This was a very interesting, very exciting fight that honestly, probably one of my favorite battles I've had to date, because it was an experience for me that I have never had before, and I've never been successful at. So putting what I've learned throughout the time that I've been playing to use, especially when it comes to atmospheric combat and target management, all in a nice package versus a team of organized, communicating PvP pilots was pretty incredible. And it's going to be exciting to break this fight down. I believe the Overlord's crew has a video that I've also linked on the announcements channel and Discord from their point of view as well. And so I kind of just want to break down some key moments during this fight that allowed me to gain a positional advantage, which then eventually led to me slowly picking away their numbers until eventually I ended up with the win. Spoiler alert. But the thought process here was, if I'm going to engage 7 targets in space, well, it's going to be really difficult. So I thought, okay, let's bring them down to the terrain. Let's see how well they do in atmosphere when there's more forces applied to their ship. And they came in, as you can see here, as one big crew. I believe they still had 2 more coming in, but here we go into the first furball, right? And again, I'm not engaging any specific target. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to jump through the group and create the furball where everyone gets disorientated and everyone starts picking directions, and they slowly start to separate. So the first pass is just to kind of get an idea for, okay, what do we got? Who do we got? What are they shooting? Who's the, not so much the weak link, but who's the guy that's like having the most struggle staying tight on all his friends? Like this gentleman right here, I realized, okay, I'll take a pass on somebody, and I've got some damage coming in. Again, I've taken a lot of damage already. I'm not liking my position. They're really close together, so they're communicating really well. So obviously I'm in a no-win situation if I make that dive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pull them apart. And again, if you watch me flying the arrow here, I'm using my bottom thrusters as I roll into my turns. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to look around my terrain for anything that'll break line of sight. And that could be mountains, that could be culverts, that could be ditches, it could be buildings, whatever the case may be. And I look around, I'm trying to look around, okay, I've got a mountain over here, so I want to bring it nice and low, nice and close to the deck. We've got some tunnels or some caverns right here in case, again, more line of sight breaking. So I keep my speed up, I'm using my roll to kind of cut myself around. And what I want to do is I want to fight around this land feature. So as soon as I dip behind this mountain here, again, rotate around, I've broken line of sight, so they can't apply damage to me. And what I can do is I can use this as a shield as I pick another target. So here I pick my target. Just so happens that that was the guy that I chose to pick. It doesn't really matter at this point. I just want to pick one. Take 2 passes on him, see if I can get him into a nice solid corkscrew here. Focus on my aim. He's trying to disengage, but again, he's over-rolling. He's not creating any deflection on that disengage, which means he has to upstrafe and kind of roll around. But you'll see that I've taken 1 kill and I'm already down to red critical structure. It's anything will kill me now. If they got some ballistics, if they take another pass on me, it's going to be bad news bears for me. So I got to be very, 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 very careful here. So again, same process. I'm looking for terrain. I'm looking for something that can break line of sight, that can cause a geographical effect against this fight, so I have some kind of positional advantage. Because I'm going to be threatened when I turn towards 5 chasing fighters and try to trade with 5 chasing fighters. So the best thing I can do is stay nice and low, keep my cross section small, pick a target again. Now they've come across the corner, but all that time they could have been engaging me. So I've used that mountain to kind of hide my cross section. Boom, I've got a nice, beautiful, beautiful top shot on that kill. And again, by the time they close the distance, I've already knocked the number down. So now we've got 2 confirmed kills as we get this fight to chase through the canyons of Daymar and continue the same kind of process. Again, I'm looking around for geographical locations. Again, right here, almost hits the deck here. Good save though. And again, he goes right past, doesn't expect me to kind of hook around him. He's got a friend behind me. And so what I want to do is I want to do a bit of a lazy corkscrew. I want to kind of, get myself moving in deflection. And you'll see here, I got my shields up. They're trying to close distance again, and we're still in the chase. A lot of those 2 enemy fighters that passed over me didn't expect me to kind of actually. There we go. There's the 3rd one down. And here we go. Look behind me. See who's chasing me. Because if I engage at close range, like furball distance, it's going to be bad for me. So here we go into the next kill. That's an overroll there again, right? We talk about overrolls all the time on the channel. I drop some ballistics. Boom, there's the next pop. Once the shields go down, get those ballistics coming out to get that time to kill as low as possible, because I don't want to spend any more time in that zone as I can. I want to spend the least amount of time in the furball as I can. If I can get him in 1 pass, then I can get him in 1 pass. If I can get him in 2, I get him in 2. But anything more than 1 or 2 passes, and you're really risking it. You're really, really risking it. So again, I'm looking around. Okay, here's another mountain I can use to help control the fight a bit more. Keep my speed up, look around, start to drop my throttle, and into the next attack, right? Again, using the mountains and using line of sight coverage to kind of break their ability to apply damage to me as I close to within the slot. Because once I get within that kind of 100, that 300-400 meter kind of range, and again, if I get too much pressure on me, I can dip behind the mountain and also force a disengage that way as well. So right here is a good example of a good what's called tracking shot. So I'm rolling in the direction that he is chasing me in. I'm keeping the fight as close as I possibly can, nice and close into the furball, applying a little bit of bottom down strafe. But you'll notice that the Gladius is really struggling to even keep its nose on me, because he's not pitching enough, and he's fighting too much in yaw. And boom, there's the splashes. I kind of walk around him. And again, the arrow has a lower turn rate than the Gladius, but I'm still able to outturn him, because what's happening is he's not flying in his pitch as much as he can. If he's flying in his pitch and atmosphere, he's going to have a better time turning at lower speeds. And if he pulls the 45-degree turn, he's going to turn even faster. However, if you pitch predominantly in yaw, which means you only move to the left and right and keep your pitch, which is your up and down axis, and you don't roll into your turns, the air pressure in the air is going to push against your ship because the surface of your fighter is better designed to pitch and pull up and down than it does to yaw right and left. So you will struggle in atmosphere if you don't rotate your ship in the right way, so that you'll give yourself the best chance you can to pull nice and tightly around those corners. And then here we have, I believe, the last one in the group here. I think this is number 6. So I apologize. It's not a 7 versus 1. It's a 6v1. And again, this is your typical standard duel. I've got my shields up, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable. He's not using any ballistics. He's got some cannons. At least no ballistics at the time. I'm not seeing any ballistics come out, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Looking at a position. Again, small S turns just to kind of keep myself in position. Counter corkscrew and corkscrew depending on what's going on in the fight here. And again, always rotating. Always consistently moving and rotating and rolling into every one of my shots. So that no matter where he goes, no matter what strafe direction he applies, I have some ability to move away. And again, here we go. So we got the ballistics coming in. That's a huge danger for me. A massive, massive danger. I don't want ballistics on a red hull arrow with shields only size 1, right? So as soon as we see those ballistics come out, you got to count it. You want to corkscrew, hit that up strafe, roll nice and tight. Because again, you don't have to roll too much. You don't have to move too much. You just have to move enough to avoid the shot. So don't panic. Just move enough, as much as you need to, but don't over roll and over move, because if you over energy, what will happen is you become predictable, which then becomes trackable, which then equals death. All right, so that's pretty much the length of the video, guys. It was a pretty wild fight. It's a pretty great video that they put together as well, from their perspective, so you really see the teamwork and coordination that they were going for. So it was really exciting to fight these guys. I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to, try a whole bunch of different ships and loadouts and have all kinds of fun. So, if you're an organization out there and you're wanting to train and you're wanting to have a good time and you're wanting to get your pilots trained up and also have a good experience and just get the organization running again, these kinds of things are a great example. So learn from a great example from the Overlords organization. They are setting an incredible example for any orgs out there that are looking to train your pilots. These are the things that you should be doing if you're a CAG leader or you're a flight leader. Bring your guys in, get some fun times together, have some fun, learn, joke around, test your skills, and just bring that camaraderie into your squadron. Because I think ultimately in the end, you're going to have a much better experience in Star Citizen if you do it with friends and you do it as a training exercise together. The game's obviously got all kinds of problems, but that's okay. It's not that you can't have a good time in the meantime, right? All right, guys, that's my analysis and breakdown of the fight. I just want to say thank you so much to the Overlord guys. They were fucking awesome guys. They were so much fun to talk to and fly with. I think as an example of a PvP group, I think they're setting a really, really good example for the PvP community in Star Citizen. Because I think what we need to try and do is I think we need to try and change the way I think people's opinion of player versus player in Star Citizen is going. I think it's a bit of a shame that some people have such a negative view of PvP. I think it's a really incredible part of the game, and I think most people have a sour taste of it because there are some folks out there who do make it a little miserable for some other folks, right? But there is a group out there. There is a lot of actually PvPers out there that are interested in the process of learning and becoming better, just like any kind of martial art. If you do jiu-jitsu or anything like that, like I do, it's something that you can devote yourself into. You can train, and you got to break a sweat to get it, and it's pretty incredible. So thank you so much, guys, for setting such an awesome example. I can't wait to do some more training and have some fun. I hope all of you folks were entertained in this video. I hope you take a look at Predator mounts if you're interested in getting some stick mounts, and I hope to see all of you out for stream. Thank you so much. I was Avenger 1, and I'll see you next time.